My favorite season to be on the farm, well, this season. The fall is a lot of fun. In a year like this, you're expecting to have a good harvest. The weather's fantastic. Being here, you've got a lot of moving parts on the farm during harvest. This is the time when you see kind of the results of all the hard work through the season. Just arrived back at the farm. So it's been unseasonably warm. The second half of the season was very dry. Yields have been really good on soybeans. I would say the yields on corn, we haven't been in enough to really know, but maybe a little bit less impressive as we've seen in soybeans so far. We'll be in this field today, and we'll be able to see from the yield monitor if there's a noticeable difference from yield on the regen side and the non-regen side. This side of the field has been one that we've been using the minimum tillage or no-till with some cover crops. So we kind of talk about this side as more the regen ag side, and the other side of the field is the east side of the field is more conventional.
Local farmer Bill McDonald heads up Syngenta's Farm of the Future and has been assisting us with our regenerative agriculture experiment on the farm.
All right, well, welcome back, Bill.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff.
Here at the Regen Experimental Farm, and as you can see, we've started to take some of the end rows off. I think you've seen some of the soil tests that have come back. And
I mean, I think the biggest takeaway is just that soil health is really complex, you know, and I think a lot of people maybe don't give soil the credit it deserves as a living, breathing organism that doesn't always react the way we expect it to.
So far, we haven't seen much of a difference in yields. What do you think we're going to see?
Well, I think, again, this year we probably won't see a huge difference, but that kind of leads to some of the complexity we have. And, you know, you look at things like regen ag practices, so cover crops, reduced tillage, and for a lot of farmers, that's just, you know, that's a whole management system change. And you think about why farmers do what they do, it's because they're successful at it. And when you change, you've got to learn a whole new system. So not only do we have, you know, time to take effect of soil health changes, but then you and I as farmers, we've got to learn how to do things differently. So experiments like this that we're doing at Syngenta can really benefit farmers.
Yeah. This corn, as you can see, is standing really good, and that's why we've got the combine here. We're ready to go to get some of it out. Yeah, this machine is processing those soybeans, which obviously they're on the plants, separates them, then puts just the grain in the back. Earliest we could start is probably like 6 o'clock in the morning until, I don't know, midnight. The dedication, the sacrifice that it requires just to develop a good work ethic, and certainly growing up on a farm, commitment to the family and the commitment to the farm. So those are all really good things, and you know, I'm very happy to have them. Very, very blessed to have them, actually. When I first started working in the field, tractors were open cab, they weren't closed, and so it'd be dusty, hot. It's always been my favorite time. My father and my mother, you know, if you said to them, hey, you could be out here working today on a fall day, or you could be literally anywhere else in the world, they would say, we'd want to be here.
Farming is in our blood. I'm a fifth-generation farmer, and I always wondered if my dad considered doing anything else.
So you've been farming on the ridge here for how many years?
55 years.
55 years. Wow. Did you ever think about doing anything else besides farming?
In high school, I was thinking about being a veterinary, but
Yeah.
never happened.
On this field, it's a bit difficult to get cover crops historically established, because if you wait until after harvest, you could have colder weather and might have a difficult time with germination. So what we found is by applying with a helicopter, spreading the cover crop seed is the best way, and we've had some really good success with that. So we're going to do that on this field.
So this is an aerial seeding piece of equipment. So the seed goes on the top, and then when I activate the switch in the helicopter, the seed then goes down through the spreader that broadcasts the seed approximately 90 feet wide. We don't damage any of the crops, so we can go in very early and get that cover crop established and growing. Yeah, the GPS tells me every row number, It is a fun job. We love it. I've been flying for 15 years, and every day is a new adventure.
And the helicopter is not the only thing helping me out in the skies above the farm.
So on this field, you can see the drone is going through and assessing every single acre. So it's taking a zoomed in image and it's taking a zoomed out image. That 0.3 of a millimeter resolution is allowing AI to work and assess every single image to look and see if there's a threat in that field. So AI is looking for anything that should be there, and it's also identifying anything that shouldn't be there. We like to say you could read a business card from the sky.
Like every farmer, I'm concerned about how data like this is used. It's only collected and stored with my permission.
There's disease in this field. In fact, we see there's northern corn leaf blight, and it was only detected on 2 images in this field. And the AI helps identify disease, which allows you as a farmer to make a different decision than you might otherwise may have made. And AI allows you to detect it faster and more accurately. It's in the middle of the field, so it's not likely that you would have ever seen it.
It really helps to get precise on where you send an agronomist, where you go spend your time. To me, that's a huge difference. Otherwise, you're just kind of randomly walking through the field. The ability to have a focused area within the field that may or may not be a problem just saves time. It's much more efficient. Tremendous amount of real potential, and much like we're doing on this field where we're testing regen ag practices and really trying to get to the truth of what real value is and what some of the challenges are, we're doing similar things with artificial intelligence. You take a field like this, there's massive amounts of variability. The ability to take all that information, all that data, and be able to make better decisions, it makes logical sense that artificial intelligence could have a positive impact.
Technology might be impacting in a positive way how we work the land, but the heart of agriculture hasn't changed for centuries. It's people, families, communities, their passion, patience, and their belief in growing something good.